Hi, I didn't see you there. Looks like you've joined us on our little date night. So, you know what? Now that you're here, why don't you just come along? We'll chat.
So in just 1 year, we will be leaving. We're booking a one-way ticket, doing something that is completely out of our comfort zone. But we kind of just want to digest it a little bit with you guys and talk to you about the reasons why we're going and how we're doing it.
In the welcome video that we made, which you can check out on our channel, we didn't really go into specifics, why we're going to travel, how we're going to afford to travel, anything like that. So that's what we're here to talk about. Okay, so the first question is actually a really big one. It's why are we traveling at all? Why are we going to do a big trip like this? And the big sort of simple answer is that it's a dream of ours. You know, we want to see the world like anybody. But really, this is like the only time I think that we're going to be able to do something like this.
To give you guys a little bit of background information, you already know we both work at a TV station, but I'm on a contract. So I don't legally, unless I buy out of it, get to leave for another year. But that gives us the perfect opportunity to be able to save up as much as we can, and we have a year to plan out where we want to go and how we're going to do it.
Right. Once her contract is up, once we leave Nebraska, it's sort of wide open, you know, endless possibilities. We just want to sort of jump into the unknown with a plan.
Right.
But yeah. So I guess the next logical question is, how are we going to afford this trip? So we'll talk about that in just a second. But first, bowling?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, and winner buys...
Dinner.
Winner buys dinner? Okay.
Winner buys dinner. I was going easy on him, but I still won, so.
A few moments later.
Loser buys dinner, so
No,
he's
that's not-
buying dinner.
I refer you back to this clip. Bowling?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, and winner buys...
Dinner.
Winner buys dinner? Okay.
Winner buys dinner. But he's such a gentleman. You won in people's hearts.
Okay, are the people gonna buy dinner? No, so you're buying it.
So glad, again, that you're joining us for our little date night. While we're in the car heading to dinner, we'll talk about how we're going to afford this trip.
Yeah. One thing to clarify is that nobody is like paying for this trip for us. We're not getting like any money from people. This is all just us saving the money that we make at work.
This trip was originally not going to be like a let's see how long we can go. We were just going to go for like a week to London at first.
Right, and then it sort of grew from there. But the original plan was we had a little account. It was just a little PayPal at first. And we were just putting $50 from each paycheck to start with. Then when we started talking about expanding the trip and starting this channel and everything, then we started putting 100 or occasionally a little bit more than that into the PayPal. And recently we said, okay, let's do away with the PayPal thing. Let's actually make it a joint savings account. So basically, long story short, is every paycheck we put at least $100. As we get closer to the trip, as we ramp things up, that number will continue to increase. When we're very close to the trip, we'll be selling a lot of things, and that money will get added to it. And, you know, anything that we can do, little side hustles, ways to make money between now and then, that money will just get funneled into the trip as well. So it's really just about allocating a certain percentage of our paycheck to our savings.
But now we'll take you to dinner.
Yes. She's buying.
Get some grub. You're buying.
Okay, so we just had dinner. Very delicious. Thank you for paying. So I guess the next question that we'd like to answer is how exactly do we plan to do this?
There are a couple factors that go into this. Of course, we're going to have to book our ticket and figure out our route and everywhere exactly that we want to go. But approaching the day that we are going to leave, which is just short of a year from now, we're going to be selling as much stuff as we can, and our plan is to backpack wherever we go. So throughout the next year, we're going to be getting all of the stuff that we need, like backpacks, equipment, locks, stuff like that.
Once we get that stuff, once we sell, most of the things that we have in our house, we'll pack up the rest of it. We'll drive to Wisconsin first to spend about a week with Lauren's family, and then we will drive further east and we will spend maybe another week in Akron, Ohio, which is where I'm from. Spend a little time with my family and probably fly out of Cleveland to wherever we end up going. So yeah.
But I think it's time for a movie night.
It is time for a movie night.
Let's go. All right. 2 more questions. What are our biggest fears? Go ahead.
Probably just what most people's biggest fear would be. I think the biggest one is just something like having our stuff stolen or having some, encounter with someone in some alley, with a knife or a gun or something. It's weird because that stuff can happen here, but it seems to be, if you follow a lot of travel channels on YouTube or whatever, it seems like an inevitability that something is going to happen at some point if you backpack long enough. So
yeah, I would agree. Just the typical horror story type of things that you see, like expensive equipment getting stolen, getting lost, getting taken advantage of, people, or even cops who don't speak the same language. You've heard stories like that, at least I have.
But there's also something to be said, I think, for the fact that America is, I think we're halfway down the list of safest countries. So a lot of the places we'll be traveling are actually safer than where we actually live.
Yeah. And also I think it's kind of cliche, but nothing good happens in your comfort zone. All of the good, scary things that I know that I've done in my life have always led to something positive. So we've got, at least, it's going to be new. It's going to be hard at first, but that's also part of the reason why we started the channel, because we're not expert travelers. This is our first time doing all of it.
Yeah, we want to bring you the perspective of people who are literally just like
normal
most
people.
Yeah, we're just normal people who are starting from scratch, saving, never been out of the country except I've been to Canada. So I know you can't really relate. I've had the exotic experience of being to Ontario before. And so, yeah, we've sort of lived mostly in a bubble, but we have these ambitions and we have these dreams, and we want to show you and other people that it is as simple as you save the money, you just say you're going to do it, you actually go through with doing it. And once you're there, then we're going to have to find our own way. And that's sort of, what are we going to discover?
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And finally, our last question is, where are we going?
Where are we going? Well, we have a few ideas in mind, but I think maybe we should keep talking about it, pin down the exact trip that we want to have. When we figure it out, you'll be the first to know.
Speaking of you, we will see you, when?
Next week. I can't reach it. I want to do the thing, but I can't reach it.
Get up.
I have to get up?
Yeah.
I'm comfy, though.
Go ahead.
I'll just do it slow.